Good day, esteemed guests, fellow researchers, and community stakeholders. Today, we present our research entitled A Community of One in Barangay Mahabang Parang, Santa Maria, Bulacan, a comprehensive study examining community participation's pivotal role in local governance. Our research delves into the intricacies of resident engagement, collective action, and inclusive decision-making processes within the barangay. This barangay serves as an exemplary model for exploring community driven development initiatives and their implications for local policymaking. Community participation is vital for good governance, allowing citizens to shape society with their elected officials. Despite its importance, community participation faces challenges, particularly in local decision making processes. This study explored community participation levels in Barangay Mahabang Parang, focusing on resident awareness and perspectives. These aspects will be explored further in the subsequent sections of this presentation.
Community participation enhances democratic practices by making effective and accountable local governance possible. Citizens can also participate in community decision making areas that influence the community, ensuring ownership and taking responsibility. A community can effectively address its needs and contribute positively towards policies as agreed on collectively by the members to reflect their overall needs and desires. This study focuses on the role of community participation in local decision making processes, exploring its impact on governance and development. The research focuses on the challenges and opportunities of engaging communities in shaping local policies by analyzing the extent of public involvement. This research aims to highlight the significance of community participation in creating inclusive, responsive, and resilient local policies by comprehending its challenges and opportunities. In doing so, this study aims to highlight the importance of inclusive and informed participation in developing resilient and sustainable governance systems and contribute to a broader discourse around enhancing civic engagement and democratic governance. Community participation is an essential element of democratic governance, providing a means through which citizens can participate actively in the decision-making processes that shape their communities. This interaction fosters a sense of collectively responsibility and ensures that policies and programs reflect the diverse needs and aspirations of the populace. In many societies, local governance structures rely heavily on the involvement of community members to address challenges, develop sustainable solutions, and promote accountability among leaders. Community participation is the cornerstone of democratic governance, serving as the foundation upon the effective decision-making processes are built. In the context of barangay governance, citizen involvement is vital, ensuring that policymakers and officials address the actual needs and concerns of the community. Effective community participation foster legitimacy and accountability, as public decisions reflect the actual needs and aspirations of the affected communities. By actively engaging citizens, governments become directly accountable to them, promoting transparency and openness. This collaborative approach ensures that policymakers prioritize community interests rather than personal or partisan agendas. The benefits of community participation extend far beyond legitimacy and accountability. It promotes efficiency and effectiveness by facilitating early identification of potential problems and challenges, preventing resource wastage, and ensuring targeted decisions. Additionally, diverse perspectives and ideas lead to innovative solutions to public problems, addressing complex issues through collective expertise.
Community empowerment is a critical outcome of participatory governance. This highlights that community participation enhances empowerment by fostering collective action, building social capital, and promoting inclusive decision making. This empowerment enhances civic engagement, encourages citizens' contribution through decision making, resolves conflicts, increases public satisfaction, and cultivates trust between citizens and officials. In barangay governance, community participation facilitates inclusive decision making. By involving the citizens, policymakers, and officials, they can create tailored programs promoting social welfare, infrastructure development, and sustainable growth. Historically, community participation bridges the gap between citizens and authorities, enabling joint problem solving and trust building. Effective participation empowers people, strengthens social networks, and leads to inclusive policies. Despite these benefits, community involvement faces barriers: limited awareness, lack of resources, and inadequate representations. In Barangay Mahabang Parang, the General Assembly and information dissemination groups facilitate community engagement. However, understanding and overcoming barriers to participation remains crucial. This study aims to explore community contribution to local governance, to examine challenges and opportunities for civic engagement, to underscore community empowerment in building equitable governance systems.
Objective of the study. The researchers observed that the community in Barangay Mahabang Parang is not active or lacks participation in the community-based activities. This section outlines the objectives of the study. First, identify the underlying reasons for the limited participation in community-based activities. Second, assess the satisfaction of residents with the performance of the council members. Third, determine if residents are provided opportunities to contribute to policymaking. And fourth, develop actionable strategies to enhance community involvement. Statement of the problem. This study aims to determine the present condition of public participation in community governance in Barangay Mahabang Parang, Santa Maria, Bulacan, through the following questions. First, what are the consequences of low public participation in the advancement of community development and overall welfare? Second, what are the factors that hinder residents from being active participants in the governance and decision-making process? Third, what initiatives does the local government leadership adopt to promote public participation in governance activities?
In the relevance of the study, we will discuss why this study matters. In the stakeholder importance, this research holds significance for the local government leaders in understanding barriers to participation and designing participatory governance models. The policymakers in developing frameworks promoting active civic involvement, in community members in recognizing their vital contributions and opportunities for engagements, and lastly, the researchers in a reference point for exploring community participation in other contexts. The local government leaders can understand why citizens don't participate, and they can create inclusive governance models, fostering engagement and trust. For the policymakers, this study provides valuable insights for developing policies promoting civic involvement, ensuring representative governance. For the community members, this will recognizes their matter in contribution. This research highlights opportunities for engagement, empowering you to shape your community's future. For researchers, this study serves as foundation for exploring community participation across various contexts, informing evidence-based policies. The significance of this study extends beyond academic boundaries, offering practical implications for stakeholders. By understanding community participation's dynamics, we can cultivate inclusive governance, empowered citizenship, and resilient community. Now, let's discuss the methodology employed in this study. This study utilizes a qualitative case study approach, focusing on residents' involvement in Barangay Mahabang Parang's decision-making process. A phenomenological approach explored lived experiences through in-depth interviews. 25 participants representing diverse demographics were selected for in-depth interviews. Interviews explored community participation, perceptions, and experiences. The data collection involved validated interviews and questionnaires, audio-recorded and transcribed interviews, and thematical analysis for recurring themes. Semi-structured interviews consisted of introduction and informed consent, open-ended questions exploring the perceptions, emotions, and experiences, and probing questions for clarification. Convenience sampling technique recruited participants based on their availability, age range from 20 to 56 years old, and occupations. Interviews were audio recorded, transcribed verbatim, and analyzed using thematic analysis to identify recurring themes. We also employ ethical considerations, which participants' rights were protected through voluntary participation, confidentiality, and informed consents. Privacy was guaranteed, with data securely stored and dissolved upon study completion. In conclusion, these qualitative studies provide rich insights into community participation in Barangay Mahabang Parang, offering valuable implications for governance, policy development, and community empowerment.
For the result in discussion, as per the lived experience of the resident in Barangay Mahabang Parang, Santa Maria, Bulacan, Philippines, the researchers provide 3 themes, and each theme has a distinct component that highlights the findings of the study. First one is minimal community involvement, lack of opportunities to share, and limited proactive approach. Participants expressed that the limited participation in public decision-making processes stems from insufficient opportunities to share insights and the lack of proactive initiatives by elected officials. Furthermore, the participants expressed that the brainstorming of project usually revolves only around the elected officials. A top-down approach in governance was identified as a recurring issue where decisions are predominantly made by higher authorities without adequate consultation with the resident. Second, lack of initiatives, minimal community activities. A little background, in the Philippines, the SK or Sangguniang Kabataan are elected youth leaders, where these youth leaders are not just a representative of youth. SK can also propose and execute projects and programs that help the community, while the SK is supposed to represent the interest of youth and implement social development programs. Most of the activities are sports related, such as basketball and volleyball leagues. And lastly, community empowerment, willingness of the residents and providing access to information. Participants expressed their openness and willingness in participating decision-making processes. Promoting participation not only strengthens public policies but also ensures that policies are in line with the actual needs of the community. Moreover, making information about proposed project accessible and transparent through community assemblies or digital platforms can enhance awareness and improvement. In conclusion, the findings of the study point to the importance of creating inclusive spaces for community participation. The Philippines has various organizations that promote people's participation in nurturing and addressing social issues. The Department of Interior and Local Government ordered local government units to encourage the citizens to be more participative in decision-making processes. The civil society organizations allow the involvement of the citizens in social and economic issues. For instance, in Abra City, the group of ordinary citizens whose hobby is to gossip everywhere made an impact in the community. Citizens from Abra created an organization called Concerned Citizens of Abra for Good Government. The purpose of CCAGG is to monitor, report, and provide documentation on the improvement of DPWH and for good governance. In conclusion, community participation can improve the community. This research emphasizes that no matter how messy the society is, the people are willing and open in participating, especially for the improvement and development of the community. This study emphasizes that even at the barangay level, participating in decision-making processes makes you more aware of what is happening in your community. It is our responsibility as human beings. Prior to the findings, the researchers provide recommendations in line with the study. First, create a group. A group consists of 2 persons in each zone of Mahabang Parang. These individuals will be responsible for disseminating information and gathering feedbacks during assemblies. Their work will also involve documentation of insights, reactions, and comments from fellow co-zone who did not attended the General Assembly. Second, empower a more active community. The seminars will empower residents to understand their roles and responsibilities while being trained to effectively participate in community decision-making. Seminars on specific topics should be held to deal with the core areas of audit processes, participation in election, livelihood programs, and budget planning. Third, implement more engagement activities. The research shows that people in Barangay Mahabang Parang are willing to engage themselves in developmental activities. Developmental activities not only respond to the general needs of the community, but also fostering unity and shared responsibilities. Activities must go beyond the sports events to include environmental cleanup activities and health awareness campaigns. Fourth, empower youth. Establishing youth-led projects will be one of the most important ways to engage the youth in community development. Empowering youth or nurturing youth through leadership training, capacity building seminars, and mentorship for youth leaders. Implement youth-driven projects in education and environment rather than sports league. Fifth, promote transparency and accountability. This means a mechanism of transparency through public progress reports, open data initiatives, and accessible financial records. Transparency portals may help the resident track the implementation projects and budget allocation. Sixth, strengthen volunteerism. Apart from being involved in decision-making processes, volunteerism is also a form of participation in the community. 7. Leverage technology. Digital platforms and social media can play a significant role in promoting participation. Utilizing the Facebook page of Barangay Mahabang Parang for reporting community issues, using GIS mapping for local development projects, and online voting system for decision-making processes can streamline participation and ensure inclusivity. 8. Celebrate community milestones. Hosting events for the community include project completions, anniversaries, or contribution made by volunteers instill pride among the residents and a sense of belonging. Participating in policy decision-making processes is important thing that a resident must do. by involving yourself in your community makes you more aware. We believe that every community, not just in Barangay Mahabang Parang, can improve and more develop if there is initiatives from elected officials. We hope our research help future researchers or readers to understand more the importance of community participation, especially in decision-making processes. Thank you for allotting your time. That's all.